Good evening, everyone. In the world of classical music, there are lots of masters. And all of them are still able to influence people today. Now, let's listen to some music and guess the composer. Let's move into question number 1. Here are the options.
A.
That's right. This is the Spring Concerto composed by Bache. It describes the scenery in spring.
C.
That's right. This is Beethoven's Symphony No. 3, and it is also known as the Hero Symphony. Could you hear the...
Yeah,
Is it?
Okay.
Okay.
Bach.
That's right. In this question, we admired Bach's Bache in E minor. And this composer is now honored as the father of Western classical music. Today, let's dive into his charm and legend. Talking about Bach, we can say that his life has 4 periods, just like these. To begin with the presentation, I'd like to introduce the word Baroque. You will know what does that mean in the next part. After that, I'll introduce Bach's early life before he goes to work. Next, let's take a look at Bach's working life. He worked in Weimar, Cologne, and Leipzig, the 3 places that he worked one after another. Also, it is a must to admire some music of Bach. Finally, this presentation will end with my feedback. To learn about Bach, we first need to know that he was born in the Baroque era. The word Baroque means an irregularly shaped pearl. As it implies, we know that the artworks at that time are luxurious and irregular. In fact, that is strongly related to the religious background at that time. Around the 16th century, Martin Luther started the Reformation due to the corruption of Catholic Church. During the Reformation, the Protestantism was formed. The Catholic Church wanted to fight against the Protestantism by the luxurious artworks because the Protestantism was very simplicity. Next, let's move to Bach's early life. Bach was born in 1685 in a town named Esna in Germany. He was the youngest of the 8 children. Many of Bach's ancestors worked as organists, dancers, singers, or music directors. At that time, Bach, the surname, was the synonym of musicians. With this music background, Bach also learned organ and harpsichord from his father and brother, J.A. Bach and J.C. Bach. Unfortunately, when Bach was 10, his father passed away. Then, His oldest brother, J.C. Bach, took in J.S. Bach and gave him the first formal keyboard lesson. Next, it came to 1703. At the age of 18, Bach obtained his first job. He worked at the court of Duke Johann Ernst. There, he worked as a violinist and enhanced his reputation of being an amazing performer. Then in 1708, he worked as an organist at the court of Duke Wilhelm Ernst. At that time, Bach composed some of the famous religious compositions, like Jesus, Joy of Man's Desiring. He also composed some organ compositions. Then in 1717, Bach accepted a position as to work for the Prince Leopold of Anhalt-Köthen. However, the Duke didn't want to lose Bach, so the Duke had Bach imprisoned for several weeks. During the 6 years in Köthen, Bach wrote for dance suites, sonatas, and cantatas. This is his manuscript. According to some musicologists, this period might be the happiest of Bach's life. And the reason that they speculate this is the ruler there has a deep appreciation of music and supported Bach's compositions that helped Bach to create freely and demonstrate his passion and focus for music. With the dissolution of the Prince Orchestra in 1723, Bach went to St. Thomas Church to be a music director and organist. There, he wrote over 200 cantatas, passions, and mass. His music skills reached a peak. Then, in 1750, this master passed away. Now it's time to admire the best pieces of Bach's. In the Weimar time, he focused on foundational and technical development and created toccata and fugue in D minor. Then, in the Köthen time, also Bach's happiest period, he composed Brandenburg Concerto, which used counterpoint and variation skills. As for the representative work in the Leipzig time, it would be the Saint Matthew Passion. It describes Jesus' life. After listening to this masterpiece, could you feel the incredible talent of Bach?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Bach is honored as the father of Western classical music because he laid the foundation for later composers like Mozart and Beethoven. When I was in music class, I played many compositions of Bach's, and the warmth still flows in my heart. All in all, Bach's music continues to resonate in people's heart. Thank you.